You have just added a new service site and created a service. The next step is to add the plant displays to this service. Let's see how this works. Open the display list for this service. At the moment it is empty, but we are going to fill it in. To import displays from a spreadsheet, click Import from Spreadsheet and the import screen will open. Here you will find both an import template and an import example, powered by Google Sheets. Let's open them and take a closer look. When you click either button, the system will suggest making a copy for you. Confirm by pressing Make a Copy. Your individual copy will open in a new tab so you can work with it freely without affecting the original. Let's start with the import example. This file already contains some sample data. In this case, there are 2 displays, and one of them has multiple plants. The file is divided into sections, with clear headers to guide you. First, you define the display and its key parameters. Then you can specify the display location, including floor, zone, and room. The next section is for the planter, where you can add details such as dimensions, color, material, and even whether it has wheels. Finally, you list the plants within that planter, including their sizes, shapes, and colors. The file structure is based on a multi-level hierarchy. In the first line, you enter all details for the display along with its location. The next line is used to record the planter. One level down, you record the plants in that planter. If the display has multiple planters, each planter and its plants can be added in the same way. This setup allows the system to correctly connect each plant to the right planter and each planter to the right display. This structure is most useful for complex displays with multiple planters and plants. But most of the time, you will have a display with just one planter and one plant. In that case, simply list all parameters in the same line, and the system will read it correctly. Now let's move to the blank import template and try filling it in from scratch. Start by giving your display a name. Display names must be unique within a service site. For many of the parameters, you can select values from drop-down menus, such as health ranking, replacement warranty, display type, and substrate. For top dressing, you can type in your own value since each company has its own style. Finally, indicate whether or not the display has sub-irrigation. Next, specify the display location. Enter the floor, then the zone or room. Every site is different, so you can decide whether floors are divided into zones, rooms, or both. Choose whichever breakdown best reflects your situation. Now let's go one line down and record a planter. The first column is for planter ID, which you should leave blank if you are importing a new inventory. Indicate planter ownership, whether client-owned or leased. Add the planter name, usually the supplier or manufacturer's model name. Choose the shape, add the quantity, and fill in the dimensions. For rectangular planters, you can use length, width, and height. For round planters, you can enter the diameter in both the length and width fields. Once the planter is recorded, move one line down and add the plant or plants. For plant type, start typing part of the name and select the correct variety from our proprietary database of commercially available plants. You can also add the plant's shape if needed, specify the quantity, and record size details such as diameter and height. For colored species, you may want to add the color. You can also indicate whether the plant is variegated and add a comment if there is any plant-specific information you want your team to see in the field. If your planter has more than one plant, simply add another line below for the second plant, and so on. Let's finish this test file by creating one display with one planter and 2 plants, and another display with one planter and 1 plant. Before importing, you can rename the file so it is easier to find later. Then download it from Google Sheets. Go to File in the menu, select Download, and choose Microsoft Excel. You now have a local copy ready to upload into one big green. Switch back to the back office. Double-check the service site and service where you want the displays imported. Then click Import and upload your file. The system will scan your file and show you a preview. This preview allows you to confirm that all plants and planters are correctly associated with their displays. If there are validation errors, they will be highlighted in red, and you will see a hint on how to fix them. If everything looks good, click Import, and within seconds your displays will be added. Now let's check the results. Here is display 1, for example. with 1 planter and 2 plants, just as we specified. All parameters are accurately recorded and neatly organized. Let's also add a display picture. Click on the placeholder, then on the camera icon, upload your image, and press save. The photo is now attached. That's it. You now know how to import displays into one big screen from a spreadsheet. Great job today. You've just mastered one of the most powerful ways to get your inventory into the system.